Hi, I'm Sarah, and today I'm going to show you how to turn this ugly rock into a beautiful diamond. Some of the supplies you'll need: your favorite color of paint. As you can see, mine is seafoam green. You can tell by my shirt and the color of the lamp that I have redone. You'll need some brushes. You can use, these aren't brushes, they're sponges. You can use brushes, but I mean, the detailing in the lamp is kind of it's hard. So a sponge is the best sort of transferring utensil. Vocabulary is not on point right now, but yeah, so sponges are better to use than brushes. And then if you want your lamp to be kind of glossy, this is what I use. It's triple thick glaze by Rust-Oleum. I got it at Home Depot. I also got my paint and my sponges at Home Depot. And if you're not using chalk paint, then you want to use some sandpaper and sand down a little bit just to get your brass kind of roughed up so that the paint will stick. I don't know if you know what chalk paint is, but chalk paint is basically, it has a chalky substance mixed into the paint so that it will stick. So if you're painting, you can paint glass with it, you can paint metal with it, you can paint your wall with it. You can paint whatever you want, literally whatever you want with it, because it will stick to anything. That is the beauty of chalk paint. Okay, so I'm gonna start with sandpapering down. You kind of just want to get you'll see it in the lamp. You'll see scratches, and it's not like you have to take the brass off or anything. I don't even know if you can do that. Okay, so I got my lamp from Goodwill. They had the sale on the red tags. It says $3.95. So the red tags that day was half off, so I got it for $2. That's great, because you know, this lamp that you can see to my left here, or maybe if you're looking at the camera, it's to my right. But I got it for maybe $6. If you bought it like this, all restored and whatnot, it would probably be around $30 to $40. So luckily, there's a great way you can get this expensive looking lamp for $10, including all these supplies. So once you have your lamp all sanded down, I like to, using my paint, I kind of just like to use it out of the bin. I don't pour it onto anything. I'm kind of frugal with my supplies and stuff, so if you just use it out of the can, it's fine. It's not like it doesn't work out of the can. You don't have to put it on a plate and only use half of what you put on the plate. Just leave that right there. Actually, I'll use this. Okay. So you just kind of want to sponge it on there. Get a nice even coat. And kind of make sure you can't see any, you can kind of see the sponge texture, but once you put a second coat on it, you won't really be able to see it as much. It'll kind of be a really thick coat of paint, so it won't be so textured. It'll be more creamy smooth. Okay, so I just finished the first coat, sort of. I have to do this part, but I'm going to leave that so I can turn it and stuff. And I'll paint it after. I'm not just going to leave it there. That would be pretty hideous, and I wouldn't buy that lamp. But yeah, so I finished the first coat. Just let it dry. I mean, if you know how to determine how long to wait, then go ahead, but I'll just recommend 15-20 minutes. I mean, this part's already dry. So like just maybe even like 5 minutes. Just make sure that it's not shiny anymore, because if it's shiny it's wet. This one's shiny because I put a gloss coat on it. But yeah, so just wait like 5 minutes. And then I will be back to do the second coat. Alright, so I've got the first coat on and it's kind of dry now. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting the second coat on. Okay, so now I finished the second coat, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell the texture difference, but like I think brass looks very thin, like the metal itself looks very thin, and when you add 2 coats of paint with the sponge, it kind of gives it like this texture, like beaten metal. Like, do you know what that looks like? But it's like not like I took a huge, like it's like I took a tiny little hammer. So like, I don't know, it just makes the texture of it look a lot thicker, and it makes it sturdier. I find it more attractive as a material. So once you get your second paint of coat on, you can wait for that to dry, and then take your triple thick glaze and take it outside into a ventilated area. Make sure your parents are okay. I mean, it's clear, it's not like you're spray painting their driveway or anything. Just make sure they're okay with it. And set this down on a newspaper and try to spray as evenly as possible. Like this lamp, I didn't spray like all that evenly, but you can't really tell. Like, it's okay. It's not going to like affect it greatly. It just kind of makes it look a lot less glossy in certain areas that you miss. So just try to get all of it evenly around and make sure that you get like an even coat, and let that dry for, you probably want to wait a good 15-20 minutes just to make sure you don't mess it up, because if you mess it up, it's not like easy to take off or redo without messing up your paint. So just spray it and leave it somewhere where no one's gonna touch it. Be like, hey mom, hey dad, hey siblings, don't touch my lamp. That's my lamp right there. Don't touch it. And wait for that to dry. You can paint this thing, it's up to you. I mean, it's gonna be covered by the shade, but I mean, I don't feel like painting this. I probably will though, because I'm gonna sell this lamp since I already have the lamp. That's another thing. You can do this to make some money. You can sell them if you want to ship them. I don't do that. I just sell them to my local consignment shop. And where I consign, they give consignment is when you give something that's kind of used or that you don't want anymore. And depending on like Plato's Closet, they give you the money up front. Or where I work, or where I give my stuff to consign, they do 50% of whatever it sells for. And so if I sold this for $40, I would make $20 and $10 profit, because I spent about $10 on the materials. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to paint this thing or not. The shade will cover it unless you get like a really weird fitting shade. So yeah, that's it. Just gloss it up and then you're done.